Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean, and this is our nightly video report for Monday, October 31st, 2016. It's going to be a pretty short video. Today, we saw pretty much exactly what we've seen, which seems to be forever, where there is some price action up and down, and the market's pretty much closed right where they opened. So nothing has really changed as far as what I said yesterday, what I said in the morning notes. It's I do believe that the risk is to the downside, and my main reason for that is the daily charts, where we have these bearish divergences and we also have this bearish wedge right here, where I would anticipate maybe some bulls stepping in and trying to buy would be anywhere from the 2078 down to the 2048. So if they came down here and held it, it would actually be pretty constructive for them. This pattern is actually looking for the move to come much deeper than that, but as you can see, they've burned off the overbought conditions, and we really have just gone sideways. So I do believe that the elections have everything to do with it. The street wants Clinton, and it's. I'm not really quite sure why. I'm not going to go into the whole political thing, but they do. And if she starts pulling back in the polls and stuff, and Trump starts gaining a lead, you're going to see some people really, really heading for the exit, and that's one of the reasons why I believe that the risk is to the downside. You're going to see some. You can definitely see some. Panic selling if support levels start to break and people start to think that we have a bunch of change coming into our government and stuff like that. So that's really the risk. If we take a look at the 60-minute charts, we don't have any bullish or bearish divergences. Closer to the oversold than overbought right now. Really the bulls, they have to get it above this 2140 bare minimum to possibly get up to the 48 and then the 54. You can see we had a quick dip today down to this support level, and then they rallied it back up again. But so the bears need to really get it through this 2114 level right here and break it with conviction. If we get that, then we will most likely see some panic selling down to the support level right here. If we take a look at the 15-minute chart, again, we don't have any bullish divergences because we never made a lower low. And if we head up on this, like you can see, even this push right here, we barely had the price oscillator get above the zero line. So there's not a lot of participation in this market, and when that happens, it seems like everybody's just waiting for something to happen. And what that something is going to be the elections, to see who who gets there. Now, we do have a Fed meeting coming up on Wednesday. I don't really think that's going to be in play at all. I don't think that the bulls are going to try to run it, hoping that they can throw some kind of curveball at the bears. I don't think anybody believes they are going to raise rates on Wednesday. So again, what would be the curveball is they raise rates. So that's the thing, that there's not. There's really not an advantage in trading, that they're not going to raise rates, because we all know they're not going to. But the surprise would be to the downside if they did. Again, I don't believe they're going to. So there's just a lot of things that are stacked up against the bulls right now, and it's that they're holding support and we're not cratering. So again, that's not bearish. But if we start getting closer to the elections, and like I said, you start seeing Donald Trump go ahead of Hillary, then we may really see some panic selling. And again, I don't really understand what would be the rhyme and reason for it and why the street would be all for Clinton, but it's just. It seems like it's the Brexit thing, where when they decided to leave the EU, everything, it was a panic sell-off, and then from there they realized that it really didn't make a big deal at all that Britain was leaving. So I think it's going to be the same type of scenario. If Trump wins, maybe a big drop, and then they figure out, hey, what is he really going to do to the, to the market and stuff like that. So that's really about all I have. I guess I've said I can only describe the color gray so many different ways, and this is, the down. We're definitely in a downtrend. That part we can see on a short-term basis. And it's just anytime they've tried to spike it up, it's been on gap ups and they've been sold off. And right now, the bears are in control until we start seeing the bulls punch it up against above some resistance levels. But until then, we're just seeing sell off after sell off after a move up. So with that, it's about all I have for tonight. We'll talk to you guys in the morning.